Okay, hello, this is for Cameron and Emily. It's Wednesday, February 24th. We're going to do interior angles of polygons, and just another reminder, there's a quiz on Friday. Please make sure you have your notes caught up to that. I'm going to skip down here first, and then we're going to go back to this section. So let's take a look right here about the difference between a regular and an irregular polygon. So right here, it says regular polygons are both equilateral and equal angular. So the sides are the same length. The angles are the same number of degrees. Identify each polygon below as regular or irregular. So let's just go through that together. What about number one? Sides look the same, angles look the same. That's a regular polygon. What about number two, guys? Irregular because the angles are not matching up. What about here? You got it? Here? Irregular because the sides are not the same length and the angles are not the same because that's actually a 90 degree. And what about the square? Okay. All right. So now I want to go back up here. And this is where your composition books are going to come in. So the other day when we were talking about triangles, actually that was yesterday's lesson, that video that you watched and the practice that we did said every single triangle has three angles that always add up to 180 degrees. What we're going to be looking at today are polygons. So not just triangles. We're going to be looking at quadrilaterals, squares, rectangles, pentagons, and irregular shapes as well. And we're going to figure out how many degrees are in the polygons. And there's a sort of a trick to that, so I wanted to show it to you. If I put down here a square, and I ask you to tell me how many degrees are in there, the way that you can find out is by figuring out how many triangles are in that shape. So since there are two triangles here, it's going to be 180 degrees times 2. So it'll be 360 degrees in that square. No, that won't work. Because it's related directly to how many triangles. So I'm going to show you another shape, and then I think you'll start to see the pattern. So that's a pentagon, it's 5-sided. And if I draw lines to connect to create triangles, this is what it'll look like. How many triangles do I get there? Huh? 180 times 3.
540.
Right, it's not 720. Oh, the neck, you're looking for a pattern? Okay. So here's my question. You know a few tricks. So let's go back and recap. So a triangle equals 180. 4 sides is 360. So look, there's 3 sides. There's 4 sides. A pentagon was 5 sides. And so what Josh says is there's a pattern because we're going to keep adding 180 each time. Yes. So once you've written that down, I want you to go back now and look at this page. So write this in, and we're going to kind of go back and forth between this and this for a minute. Finding the sum of all the interior angles in a polygon is going to be 180 times the number of sides minus 2. So let's think about what they're saying there. So a triangle has 3 sides. So a triangle has 180 times the number of sides minus 2. That's how we get to 180. But look what happens if we do a quad. It's 4 sides. Now I go 180, 4 minus 2. So that's where the pattern is. So I'm going to leave it up to you to decide how you want to manage this. You can either use this equation, that's one way of determining the degrees inside the polygon. The other way is to actually draw it out figure out how many triangles you have and multiply by 180. You're going to get the same answer both times, both ways. And that's for the total degrees inside the polygon. So if the question is asking, here's this picture, how many degrees of all the interior angles, that's how you can do it. I always just put the triangles in because to me that's just easier to see. But they provide the equation and you're more than welcome to do it that way as well. Then the second thing over here says, only for regular polygons. So watch this, finding each angle only for the regular polygons. So say, for example, I have an equilateral triangle, which means all the sides are the same, which means all the angles are the same. It's going to be 180 times the number of sides divided by the number of sides. So let me show you what that means. 180 times 3 minus 2, or 180. So we know a triangle has 180 degrees inside it, but if it's a regular triangle, that means I have 3 angles, right? Each angle would be 60 degrees. Now that does not work for an irregular polygon. Why?
Because the sides are equal.
The angles are all different sizes. So if it's a regular polygon and all the angles look the same, in this case. But what if it's a regular octagon? And I'm not very good at drawing, but an octagon is like a stop sign. So I'm going to do this and this. So that's 8 sides, right? 108, not on a stop sign. I just made that up. A stop sign has 8 sides. So it's 180 degrees, 8 sides, take away 2. So it's 180 times 6, right? Hang on. 180 times 6. There's 1,080 degrees inside the entire octagon. But if there's 8 sides and all eight angles have exactly the same measurement, you can divide by 8. Each angle is 135 degrees. Josh, do you have a question? So there's 2 different things to look at. Are they asking me for the total number of degrees in the item, or are they asking me how much is each angle in the item? So remember, you can only do this if it is a regular polygon. Wyatt, question? Rayanne? Yes, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'll leave them right there. Okay. Cody. Guys, I can hear talking. I don't know. It's right back there somewhere. A parallelogram. Yep, so let's take a look. If it's a regular parallelogram, how many triangles can I get out of that? Only 2. Wyatt, that's still talking. Honey, but you're talking. You can think it in your head without saying it out loud. Okay, so I'm going to leave this here so anybody that wants to pick that up can do that. But we're going to go through some of these together first. So we're on number 7. Find the sum of all the angles inside the polygon. So, well, a triangle is simple because it's always 180. Right? This right here will be 360. Here's a pentagon. So I got 3 triangles out of that. So 180 times 3. Now here's an irregular polygon. How many triangles? 4. So 180 times 4. We're going to skip down to 14. I want to do 14 together. So watch the way I'm covering this. Ready?
And then you have to do one from the one side over.
Just think about, just look at, that's why we're doing this one together. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 180. Let's do this one. One, two, three, four. That's the same as this one because we had 4 there. Does that kind of make sense? Go ahead, do 11, 12, and 15 by yourself, and then we'll compare answers in about 3 minutes.
I'm registering for a conference. Guess who the speaker is?
Who?
Temple Grandin.
No way. Where? You're going to Colorado?
No, it's virtual.
Oh my God.
But she was scheduled for the Michigan Transition Councils. I got to hear
That's
her
who my
speak.
granddaughter Temple is named after.
I got to hear her speak
That's so cool.
at, in Grand Rapids at the CEC, Council for Exceptional Children conference years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Matter of fact, that was the only reason I even registered to go to that conference, was to hear her speak.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
It is very cool. So
I'm
anyway,
jealous.
and
Yeah.
the cool thing is it'll be recorded, so then I can share it with you
Ooh,
so that you can see.
cool.
So I just thought you'd like to know.
I would. Okay, any questions on those 3 we just finished up? Yes, Jaden. Well, I could be wrong.
I got 10. What? 10?
I got 10 easy.
A triangle.
I got 1, 2, 3. I got 6.
Yeah, me too. I got 4. I got 4.
It's 4.
It's 4. Is it really?
It is. You need the fewest number. So if you want to double check, yes. If you want to double check, guys, if you want to double check, use the formula. So the number of sides is 6. Number of sides is 6 minus 2, so it would be 4. All right, let's take a look at the second page. We're going to skip this. We're going to go down here. So it says find the measure of angle X in each polygon below. So let's go through a few of these. Are you guys ready? Let's start with 24. Now let's think about what's going to happen with 24. The total number of degrees in that polygon is going to be 360, right? Because it creates 2 triangles. So the total is 360, and I know 3 of them. Can I find the 4th one? What would you have to do, Cohen?
You'd have to subtract all of them.
You'd
Add
sub-
all 3 of them up.
Exactly right. Any questions about that one? Okay, let's go look at 26. It's a 5-sided figure. It's a pentagon. So how many degrees are total in a 5-sided figure? Right here is a pentagon. We said it was 540. So if the total is 540, I know this and this and this and this. Correct? Because what are these going to end up being? Exactly. Let's look at 33. You ready? Check this out. You guys ready? So right here, how many triangles? 6. So 180 times 6. Oh, come on. 1,080 is the total, and I have to subtract 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 triangles. If you use the formula, 6 minus 2 would be 180 times 4. Wait, number of sides. Is that what we're looking at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. 6 minus 2 is 4 times 180. You're right. Yep. Yes. Guys, listen. Go ahead.
What number would you divide it by? The number of sides? Because not all the sides are equal.
It says finding the sum of interior angles of regular and irregular, where n equals the number of sides. So this is irregular, but it still has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. That's throwing me off because if you do the triangles in there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I should have to do times by 6. So we're going to leave that one as extra credit. And then I will kind of figure that out. Here's your assignment for today. You may not work as teams on this assignment, which means you're not going to confer with your neighbors about which answer to choose. Okay? You're going to do 5 problems up here. And you're going to do 5 problems down below. I will make a list of all the numbers for you guys. 16, 17, 18, 19. Your answers go in Cami.
That's not how you
22.
20 at the top one. You did 5 problems. Yeah.
22, 25, 28, 31, and 29. It's 5 and 5. What?
That's not what you had circled though.
What did I have circled?
I think you had 24 circled too.
Yeah, you had like 24.
Oh,
That's the one we did. That's the one we were working on.
Oh, well, now I circled them all.
Here's the list. Here's the list. Answers, do them on scrap, do them on here, do them on scrap paper, use a calculator. Answers only in Cami. You got 5 and 5. Go.
You started the video.
Oh, yes. Thank you.